Hello everyone, welcome to my channel PhD Chats. You clicked on that link when you didn't have to, and for that I am grateful. It is day 7 days of no rice, no pasta, no bread, no crackers, no processed carbs, and I feel absolutely fine. Let's talk about it. Stay tuned at the end of this video for a measuring reveal. I decided to embark on a no sugar lifestyle, and the primary reason is health reasons, because I really believe that there's so much information online about the negative effects of sugar in our bodies that we have enough information right now to make more appropriate dietary choices. So how does keto fit into it? So a ketogenic lifestyle really encourages you to enjoy a high protein, high fat diet, which really tricks your body into thinking that you're starving. When you do not trigger your insulin, your body thinks, oh my gosh, this person is starving. There's nothing to make glucose for energy. So after about 3 days, your body starts burning fat for fuel, and then you have entered into ketosis. That is just a very oversimplified explanation. I'm not a medical professional. You can go online and there will be doctors talking about the benefits of keto. Now, just another note on keto, in case you didn't know, the ketogenic lifestyle, being in ketosis, was really not initially engineered or designed for weight loss. It really was a treatment for people who had early onset dementia, because your brain loves healthy fats, your brain loves omega-3s. And so that was then lifted from the medical manual, and people said, oh, if you go into ketosis, if you follow this diet, which was really aligned with a medical treatment in order to positively affect the performance of the brain, people said if we take that, then we can apply it to our own selves and we can lose weight as well. So the primary reason that people embark on a ketogenic lifestyle is for weight loss, right? Let's be completely honest. Yes, there are other positive effects like memory and focus and health and strength, and the idea that you do not feel hungry in the day. That is the first thing I remember when I first started keto, was that I did not feel hungry anymore, because your body is always eating. You are always eating. You're not eating physical food, but your body is always burning fat for fuel. And so you always feel energized and ready to go. I think I knew I had succeeded when I was able to work out fasted. So I would get up in the morning, of course I'm having my coffee, no sugar, no milk. I would put heavy cream, sometimes a little bit of MCT oil, and then that would completely fuel me and hydrate me for the entire day. And then after work, I would go straight to the gym without eating, and I would feel absolutely energized, and I would be able to do a 1-hour cardio workout without anything on my stomach. I never felt hungry. In fact, when I came home and then I made my high protein with healthy fat, lots of vegetable meal, once I ate that, then I felt my whole body kind of the energy lessen, because now my body's working on digestion as opposed to working on autophagy, which is the benefit of fasting, right? Your body gets to clean itself. It gets to cleanse itself when you're not eating, because that's what your body is focused on doing. So it's a combination of just saying no to sugar, right? Considering embarking upon a lifestyle that puts your body in ketosis, and also trying intermittent fasting. All of those practices independently have been proven to benefit the body, and you can practice one of them, but if weight loss is what you really want, right, especially the waistline, because that's where the belly fat, that's the measurement that the belly fat affects. So I'm going to talk about inches, I'm talking about weight, but I'm doing so with the understanding that weight is not an indicator of health. Many years ago, I was in my 20s, I was a lot thinner. And so, as most younger people do, they associate their age and their size with, with their health status. So I'm young, I'm thin, I'm fine. So a friend of mine who was a frequent member of this very exclusive gym, back then before Planet Fitness and Blink, they were expensive gyms and sports clubs that were like $250 a month, right? So she was going to one of those in the city and she was like, girl, I have a guest pass for a week, so can you come join me? And I said, of course. Mind you, exercise was not part of my lifestyle in my 20s at all. So I just thought, of course I can go work out. Excuse me, I'm 20 something, I'm thin, I'm young, I got this. So I go to the gym, put my cute gym clothes on, and she said, let's go warm up on the treadmill. Now, my friend at the time told me that she was 200 pounds. And she did not look it at all. She was a few inches taller than me, very statuesque, curves in the right places, and very toned. And I thought, that's insane. That time I probably was between 125, 135 pounds. And I just felt that she was probably 10 pounds heavier than me because her weight was so beautifully distributed. Muscle adds weight as well. Now I understand why she carried her 200 pounds the way she did. We go on the treadmill. So she starts working out and then I start working out. I'm running and she had like 2 miles an hour for like a minute. Then she had 3 miles and then she went up to 5 miles an hour. And she was just in a steady stride. She had her headphones on. She was barely out of breath. Me on the other side, dying. And I was so confused because I thought, how? Like, I'm younger than she is. I'm thinner. Why am I struggling? I had to take the speed down to 3 miles an hour to catch my breath. And I always tell that story because I think a lot of people are walking around using size as an indicator for health, and no. It is not, right? One indicator of your health is really the health of your respiratory system, your cardiovascular health. That's what your heart and your pulmonary system allows you to do. So can you run down the block if it's raining to get your car, or do you have to stop halfway? Can you run up a flight of steps to catch the train without, having a heart attack? Like, what is your body able to do? What is your stamina? What are you capable of? And I'm telling you that a lot of us are really inhibiting our truest, most healthiest self based on our diets, right? So I want to be strong. Do I want to be thin? I don't want to be thin, but I want my waistline to be thinner. Not only because it looks nice and it's aesthetically pleasing, but also because your body stores the fat. And when you eat too much sugary foods, your body uses all of that for energy, and all the fatty foods you eat are stored to be used later. And many of us do not live or do not move as much as we should. We don't live as active a life as we should. So your body is just storing fat, right? Yes, insulin is necessary for us to turn sugar into glucose to get energy, but its second job, like insulin's side hustle, is to store fat. That's what it does. You cannot store fat if you do not have insulin and glucose in your body. It's not biologically possible. So you have to eat sugar in order to gain weight. Let's talk about sugar for a little bit. I remember I was taking a class once and someone was talking about addiction. The 3 most addictive substances that we consume freely are alcohol, tobacco, and caffeine, right? Sugar is up there as well. Sugar is extremely addictive. Your body has such a positive reaction to it, but it doesn't have the benefit to the body. And in a sense, we're all sugar addicts in a way, because when you talk about eliminating sugar, people say, oh my God, I could never. But why? What is it that you are eating that is sugary that you can't give it up. And why not? You cannot prove its benefit to your body, but yet you are committed to consuming this thing that has no nutritional benefit. I'm not anti-snack. I'm not anti-eating, for the pleasure of it. There's some things that are very, delectable, and, you enjoy eating it. Right now, I'm committed to rebuild my anti-sugar stamina. So sugar is addictive, and many people who can't give it up, it's not because you need it. That's what you tell yourself. I'll lose energy. I won't be able to function. I need my carbs. When you cut out bread, rice, pasta, crackers from your diet, you're not really cutting out carbs. There are a lot of vegetables, cruciferous vegetables, that are very high in carbs. So depending on how you balance your plate, you can still get enough carbs in your diet. So it's been 7 days. I feel great. I've been eating meat and vegetables every day, in some form. I just bought a few, meats and proteins, and that's what I've been having. Now, not all carbs are bad, and not everybody who eats carbs are out of shape. I know people that say, oh my God, my cousin eats a whole plate of pasta every evening, and eats rice, and he does baked potato, but he also jogs every morning. He jogs for an hour every morning. So you have to be mindful that some people live a lifestyle where they're active enough to justify their carb consumption. And then in addition to that, some carbs are low quality, right? And especially, as I said before, store-bought bread. You can just take a picture of the ingredient panel on that bread you bought, and then take a few minutes and just Google the names of those ingredients and see what they are, and Google side effects of consumption and see how they're putting things in the bread to preserve it that are not necessarily good for your body. So it's been 7 days. I feel great. Meat and vegetables every single day. A lot of the fiber comes from your grains, right? And I'm not eating grains. So you should take a fiber supplement. And the one that I use is konjac root. It is amazing. It's a good supplement to consider taking, especially since you are going to be limiting your fiber because you're cutting out the starches from your diet. So I'm holding this measuring tape, just dancing around, because one of the first positive physical, like visible physical effects I saw was my waistline shrunk, right? My waistline shrunk. I really saw my waistline shrink. I would put clothes on and I would just see the jeans out to here, and then I would go back in my photos and look at myself in that same jeans and think, oh my God, because the change is slow. That's why I'm doing this challenge for 31 days, because it really does take about a month before you visibly see the results, but you may feel it sooner, right, depending on your metabolism, but you definitely will feel the benefits sooner. The other end of that spectrum is what really prompted me to embark upon this keto lifestyle again is the reverse. So I'm getting up in the morning, I'm like, it's Jean Friday, I'm gonna put my jeans on, and I grabbed one of my favorite jeans and I pulled it up. And when I started it's one of those jeans that it buttons instead of zips. And so when I put the first button, the second button, it felt snug. And by the third button, I was like, what's going on? I managed to get the top button in, but I didn't want to feel all, sucked in like that all day. I need to be comfortable. So I had to take off the jeans. I had to take off a pair of jeans that I wore to work in September. It's September, October, November, December, January, right? February. So I am like, wait a minute, why am I gaining weight? Like, there's no reason for me to do that. And it's really because I started slowly cheating, which is just eating like rice, small tiny grains of highly processed bleached rice, but it's just pure sugar that's getting absorbed into my bloodstream like that. So that was one thing I was doing pretty much all through the winter months. And also macaroni pie, which is baked mac and cheese, and that also is made with a lot of processed pasta, low quality. This is not pasta that's made at home. This is pasta that's dried. It's in a box. It's on a store shelf for weeks and weeks and weeks. And so that's really low quality food, very high sugar, high carb foods. So those are my indulgences, just like a lot of starchy foods, a disproportionate amount of those on my plate, more of that than vegetables, right? And those healthy cruciferous vegetables that are really filling and really great for your body and high in all of the minerals. I was not eating those, and I really was just eating for enjoyment, just eating what I liked, and I paid for that, right? There's no reason for me to gain weight on my stomach area. So we want to be healthy, we want to be strong, we want to have longevity, we want to look healthy, we want to feel healthy and strong, and we want to be able to move and dance and work out and jog as much as we want. And we have to make sure that our dietary choices reflect that. A lot of the foods that we enjoy to eat, the foods that we cheat with, are just low quality foods that spike our sugar and give us a temporary sugar high. And that's why we eat them. And it's not worth the long-term effects on your health. So we established that the idea of speaking about inches is not to say that your size indicates your health, right? You can talk to your doctor about your BMI. Even though I fell off of keto, which is interesting, my intermittent fasting practices just stayed with me. My body just completely adjusted, and I wake up in the morning and I don't feel hungry. I don't want to eat. I think that's going to be a lifestyle for me for a long time. This is not a boast. This is as a demonstration of what having a keto lifestyle can do. Belly fat is not good. It's actually, doctors claim that it is the worst type of fat to have in your body. It is the fat that is most commonly linked to cardiovascular degeneration. If you want to mess up your heart and your arteries, allow your stomach fat to increase. It is the worst type of fat. I do not want the messaging of the video to be lost. This is not about being thin to be healthy. This is about shrinking your belly, your waistline, right? The muffin top. I have one right now. I think in my first video it was very apparent, and I thought of cropping it out, and then I said, no, that's what you gave yourself from eating in a way that, eating to feel good and not eating to nourish your body. So now you have a muffin top. Leave it in the video, let everybody see it. That is what I told myself. I said, no, leave the muffin top right there. Don't crop it out. Leave the little pudgy belly, because that's what you did to yourself. So with all of that said, at the height of my keto lifestyle and working out, okay, so exercise, regardless of if you're trying to lose weight or not, you have to exercise. Let me just stop here with the exercise, because I was thinking to myself and saying that I know my grandmother never said one day, you know what, I need to go for a jog, I need to work out. I know my mother never said, you know what, I need to go for a jog right now, because moving and walking was just embedded into our lifestyles, right? It was just part of what we did. We were lifting heavy things, we were taking bags from the market, we were walking home from the grocery store, we were walking fairly significant distances. Our jobs had some physical exertion embedded into it. Now everybody's driving everywhere. People drive less than 5 minutes to work. We have, food delivery services. I order groceries to be delivered. People are ordering food to be delivered. We've moved to a very sedentary lifestyle. We have a TV in the bedroom, a TV in the living room, TVs everywhere. phones in our hand, we barely want to walk. So our lifestyle has changed, and a lot of our jobs in a computer and high-tech age don't really involve a lot of movement. Right? We are just not moving. You have to move. You have to move. You have to stop eating sugar. It is garbage. It is rubbish. It has no nutritional value. You have to pack your plates with vegetables. Find the green leafy vegetables you love and eat them. And when you're on your phone, research, look up, look at videos, compare and contrast, lifestyles that you think you can benefit from to reduce belly fat and to be strong and healthy and to love your body. I am going to measure. When I was in the height of my keto lifestyle, my waist was 27 inches. Yes. And if I tugged at it, I can get to 26. I think once it was 25 and a half. I really shrunk my waistline. I'm telling you, it is one of the first places that you will see the fat decrease, right? I will tell you this, especially for the woman, because our aesthetic that we may desire might require us to have a little fat in certain places. You will lose fat everywhere, right? The fat is not going to only come off of your waist and stay in your bosom or in the derriere. The fat is going to be lost from everywhere. So prepare to see a difference in all of your curves, but you're going to see a difference in your waistline first. And that is why you need to be doing strength training, because you don't want to lose muscle. You want to build up the muscle, because if you're not careful, if you're not eating enough protein, you will lose the muscle as well, right? And nobody wants that, because we do not want to age and become frail. We want to be healthy and strong, right? So we want to lose the belly fat. So as I promised, I'm going to measure my waist. I'm doing this because I'm doing a lot of talking every day. This works, this works, this works. And as opposed to posting before and after pictures, but I don't think it kind of has the same effect as if I do this in real time. So I'm going to measure my waist, and I will be honest, I'm wearing a shirt. I have nothing under the shirt in terms of a tank top. So I'm just putting the measuring tape exactly on my waistline. And I'm gonna tell you what that measurement is. So I'm pulling it a little snug, just the way I would wear my clothing. And the number is, wow, my thumb is exactly on it. The number is 28, right? So my waist is 28 inches. I really wish I had measured on day one, because I don't think that would have been the measurement on day one. But 28 inches, but I still have a little overflow when I sit. And so with the combination of continuing in this lifestyle for another few days, and then also with exercising, my cardio, I can do Zumba, soca dance class, dancing to music for hours. I think I could do it for 2 hours straight. And I just feel the way my breathing changes and my body moves. I love, love, love it. I measured because I want you all to see that I will drop at least an inch or 2 or 3, right? Before the 30 days. I assure you, I will be honest. I will tell you guys if I fall off. I doubt I will. But I wanted us to really talk about the purpose and the meaning behind everything I'm doing. I saw all of your comments. I got all of your texts. I got all of your compliments. Thank you so much. We have a few more days to go, but I wanted us to stop and chat for a little bit. So take care, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until we meet again. Bye-bye.